Hello, everyone. I welcome you again to another brand new episode of a ZoneCast hosted by English Zone. And I'm your host, Noor Mohammad. So, today, for our guest, we have someone really extraordinary in a sense that I have worked closely with her in multiple projects that she had. Many of you must have known her works or have seen her videos in many departmental or other websites and whatnot. So she is someone who's really dear to me, and she is a part of the entire thing that we are at English Zone and the entire department. She is basically someone who has brings new ideas to different things. And in ULAB, we have something called inter-university conferences and other extra projects that we do. And she makes videos and she creates dramas, writes scripts, and everything in those things. And we have managed to win awards for that. She's basically a very well-known face here in ULAB, right? And well, basically, without further ado, let me just bring her out, bring her here on the seat. So, Farhina, please welcome. Well, yeah, how are you?
Thank you, Noor, for calling me here. And were you supposed to hug me back then?
No.
Okay. That's exactly what I thought. Yeah, it's been nice. It feels nice to be here, actually. Like when Jyotiapo suddenly proposed this ZoneCast to me, like, you have to make a video for it. I thought, okay, I think that's exactly where my job ends. And then suddenly she said, yeah, Farna, you have to be a part of the interview as well. So that's exactly when I realized, yeah, okay, I think I really did something big. I did.
Yeah, well, it is definitely something big in a sense that we have someone like you sitting here with us. Like, it's a dream come true, to be honest. Like, I have known you for a long time now, but at the same time, to get to know you much more, in depth is something that I'm looking forward to. Right. So, Apple. Wait a second. I mean, Farhina, right? But on second thought, why is your name Apple? Like, everybody knows it's Apple, perhaps, or it's Apple Master, so why Apple? Is there any significance to it?
Oh, well, this is a very funny story. So when I was like a student of grade two, my aunt, she suddenly saw my face from this side. Yeah. And she was like, "Oh, look at your face. You look like an apple." I'm like, "Really?" Okay, then fast forward to 10 years. I was talking to my best friend back then. He's no longer with me. Okay. So I was telling him that my aunt said that I look like an apple. I'm not sure if it's true or not. Then I showed him my face like this. And he's like, "Oh my God, you are an apple." I'm like, okay, so that time I opened a new account in Instagram. Like I was introduced to Instagram for the very first time. So I was like, okay, since everyone is calling me Apple, so why not just name myself that? Hence, Apple. And the surname that I have, Burps, Apple Burps, is solely because my friends would know better. Because anything I do, anything I eat, I sleep, I walk, I talk, I must burp. It's like a signature style of Apple. You burp. Apple must burp.
For the longest time, I was like, did you keep a name Apple because it has significance that an apple a day keeps the doctors away, or perhaps I was like, is that why? But she doesn't get sick, or is it an like the apple a day keeps the bad people away from your life? I think.
I didn't go to school because I was sick. Yeah, so my name doesn't really have an impact on me.
An apple a day brought the doctors to you. All right, all right. Someone. Is there someone? I'll find that question later. But but let's get back to the topic that we have today. Is you are a scriptwriter for a lot of the projects that ULAB and the English department does or makes. Every time there's an event or cultural program, department's like call Apple. Where's Apple? Or where's Fine? Sorry, where's Fine or where's Apple? Right. So why ULAB? Like what makes you sort of work for ULAB? Like become like a kamla for ULAB. Like what?
Okay. So I'm a scriptwriter, but not professionally, but academically. But I'm there. Don't worry about it. Inshallah. So my journey with the scriptwriting started basically with CI projects. So back in when there was this global lockdown all around the world. So তখন we had this CI projects going on online, and I thought I didn't knew I was not aware of the concept of it. So my friends were like, "You just have to write something and we have to act on it." Like, okay, okay, I will. So I just created something like a draft. Jahan, these are the names, these are the dialogues, etc., etc. So they acted, and my friends were the very first people who actually kind of inspired me to pursue this thing as a passion. So they were like, bro, the story is very nice. Even the faculties, they were like very impressed with it. So I thought, okay. But the CI projects online were not that up to the mark, in my opinion. And after the lockdown, when in 2022 March, when the university reopened, we had our first offline CI. So I took the part in it, and that project won first runner up in CI. No, second runner up. I'm sorry. Yeah, second runner up. I was like, okay, all right. I kind of like it. Yeah, I think I kind of like it. So my way of script writing is not. I don't follow the traditional rules to write a script because I did some courses in DH. Kudos to DH for keeping the course that can be related to cinema. But the thing is, I don't really like following the traditional way of writing a script, like fade in, fade out, then voiceovers. I just write the title, the whatever is happening in the scenario, the names, and the dialogues. That's how I do it. Yeah. So basically, that's how it started.
That's really interesting because um, to the viewers out there, like I had a opportunity to work on one of our projects at what we have is inter university conference, and the script that she shared with me, it was like, wait, these are not what I was taught in class. So yeah, it's like where where's the fade in, where's the fade out, where's the people doing things, what's happening, like it's just dialogues. And I'm like, all right. So another funny story, because I'm talking about inter university conference, like that's the very first time I heard that Apple makes or creates her own dramas and videos. So basically what happened was that I was a volunteer back then, and it was late at night, I think 9, 8 or 10 o'clock, and they were rehearsing on the stage at permanent campus. So I was just the props guy, right? I was just carrying the props.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Yeah, I was carrying the props and just playing with the props, right? And what they were, because of a lack of people, they were using one character for two different shots. It was not that professional. So Mehek ma'am, who was the director back then, she was like, she just looked at me dead in the eyes and she was like, Noor, তুই কি মরতে পারবা? And I was like, I think so. Like, it depends on what kind of death. So
I'll die
yeah,
for Apple.
I'll die forever. She's like, okay, no, get on stage. And she just literally directed Marzuk Bhai, another one of the actors. They're like, Marzuk, Noor ke maro. And I was like, what's going on? What did sign up for? And then, just it happened. And we basically managed to win the second prize that year, right? Yeah, so I was like, bro,
Even though I messed up a lot.
so yeah, I remember the way you said, the effort on the stage, and it was like, wait, what just happened? But at the same time, it was really amazing to work because I found out a whole new side of the department that I'm working on. Like, there's not just the academic, but there's also this extra part that there are people that actually are dedicated to it, right? So back to one of the main questions is that how do you develop a script? Like, do you read a lot of books, or do you just read a lot of things, or watch a lot of movies that you come up with unique things, or it just naturally comes to you? Like, what's your secret?
Okay, the very first script that I got to read was from a short scene from Midsummer. Have you watched the film?
Yeah.
You. Okay. I'm just kidding. All right. So, I kind of enjoyed it because it was pretty simple. Then fast forward to my thesis. Olier sir provided me this screenplay from The French Dispatch, a movie by Wes Anderson. It was horrible. I'm sorry, Olier sir, I don't mean to hurt you, but the script itself was horrible. Okay, so I thought, nah, I'm not gonna follow these rules. It's just not for me. It's too much. So yes, reading book was one of the ways to improve your vocab. Watching movies as well, because you're unconsciously watching that thing and you are grasping the words like you are not even aware of it. You see, this is like a grammar book. Okay, in school when you're trying to memorize the grammar from the high school grammar and composition book by Renan Martin. I hope we're all aware of the book. Okay, so when you read that grammar book and try to memorize the things, you successfully fail. You can never do that. All my life, when I was a school student, I could never memorize grammar. I didn't even know how it works until I discovered movies and books. I'm not an expert now, not entirely, but I sort of know the basics. What was your question again?
Like basically, what is your secret in script writing? Like, do you take help from a different books or do you just make them up?
Okay, so all right. So sometimes I take some helps from different sites, not entirely books sites, because I needed to work. I needed some inspiration to it. For example, I'm doing my thesis. I'm not going to reveal the topic now yet. So I'm gonna start doing my thesis and make a movie on it. So I didn't start writing the script, but I saw some of the series, some movies that sort of helped me develop what I'm going to include in my script. So yeah, books and movies had like a really big impact on my passion, unlike the academic books.
Yeah, academic books.
be very harsh today.
Yeah, same. I also don't know grammatical. Yeah, just forget. Yeah.
But that's just a part of growing up.
Growing up, yeah, we forget, we learn, we just experience new things every single day. So now let me come to one of the questions that I think many of us who have watched your thesis has like movie. A thesis movie, yeah, has is that normally when you talk about thesis, it's just gruesome, grueling writing, right? It's just continuous writing after writing, just thesis after thesis, just writing, But you decided to make something unique, yeah, out of the box,
As an extension.
yeah. So what she did was she wrote her thesis. At the same time, she made a short movie out of her thesis, and it was mind blowing because we never expected something like that to happen. It was like, well, we're seeing a boring thesis and a movie, like it just
Boring thesis
sorry,
and a movie?
sorry. The movie was the thesis tend to be boring, yeah, but the movies, yeah. But it was like really an eye opening. Like, okay, we could do something like that, and at least my time at university, I did not see anybody incorporate this idea. So what made you come to this? This realization. Oh, I can make a movie out of this. Not many people does that.
Okay, before I start explaining this, my movie was probably the only best part of the entire commencement. Jyoti apu, tumi shakhi. Okay. It's okay, I forgive you. We are agreeing to that. Okay. You're supposed to take my stand. Okay. Okay. All right. So, before I was like assigned to do my thesis, I already made up my mind that what I want to do in future. I'm gonna pursue on filmmaking, cinematography. So when I was thinking about the topic, I thought, writing papers is not going to really work for me because this is not something I want to do in future. So let's just do something that's gonna help me pursue my career. So I talked to Arifa ma'am. So Arifa ma'am, I asked her whether I can make a film or not. Arifa ma'am was like, yes, you can as an extension, but you'd need a co-supervisor for that. All thanks to Olier sir as well. So yeah, that's exactly when I realized that I needed to make the movie only to create a portfolio of all my achievements, all the things I did, so that it can help me gather my career. Because if I go somewhere and tell them, yes, I'm passionate about this, yeah, what's the proof? What did you do about it? What did you do in your academic line? Say I'm not a journalism student, okay? I'm not in MSJ. So I have no way to pursue such thing. Even though I had a minor in journalism, but I didn't get the proper lessons from the course. Yeah, so I think this was one of the way to highlight my, highlight something in my career. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
And hopefully the movie is available at your Facebook page, right?
The movie is available in the ULAB's YouTube
Yeah.
channel.
So anybody YouTube channel. So anybody wants to watch the movie, please visit the page, right? So many people, including me, I was wondering that you know, can anybody become a scriptwriter? Like, or does there have to be some sort of background knowledge on script writing? Like you have to like write them for a long time to come become such a perfectionist, right? So can anybody become a scriptwriter, and if so, what are the advices that you might give to new students who will be pursuing this? Because you basically pioneered the creating movies for different PowerPoint presentations, thesis, topics, projects, everything. Like people are like, wow, we can do that, like this out of the box. People were like into the box, that we have to just write and just read, but creating movie, that's unique. So what advice would you give people like me who are into?
Okay, Noor, you think really high of me. I'm not really good at presentations. I'm really bad at that. I think my presentation solely depends on the type, the faculty member I'm getting. If he's my favorite, I'm really good at it. So, I don't think anyone can be a good script writer. Anyone can be a writer. You can create dialogues, you can do anything, but it can be bland as well. Because I remember, I'm not gonna name him, I forgot the name anyway. So he tried to show me this script. Apu, look at it. I tried to make this script for a program. I was like, good vocab, good grammar and everything, but there was something missing. There was no twist. There were not, it wasn't enough to attract audiences, the audience basically. So yes, my only advice to the students is basically like, I don't know what advice to give, because I myself don't remember how I improved this much. Like I said, watch movies, read books, but sometimes the creativity comes, like, within you. That's not something anything external can provide. Acha, let me use this Zaki sir trick. Zaki sir always talked about the. He used to show us films. He used to show us films every day. They were like movie day, yay, yeah. Show us films, and he used to talk about the themes. He used to talk about the cinematography tactics, and he used to provide us this screenplays, and we used to read that. I think those screenplays and reading books and watching movies, all those things we blended together and created my own idea. That's how it is. Like, if you're not like born talented, you can never do it. That was harsh.
But also at the same time, it could also be something you have to see the world for what it is, to really understand the emotions. Like for example, your movies, the one that your drama that you did on the previous year on the gender binary and beyond, right? It captured beautifully the emotions of a wife, right? So that emotion you can never achieve by just reading books. You have to at least see the world, understand the people's different emotions, see what they're feeling there, hidden or internal desires. Yeah, I think you pretty much checks all the boxes of a good screenwriter.
It means I'm a good wife. I can be a good wife
Nah,
and a good bride.
nah.
No.
But yeah, she'll be a good wife. Like anybody who's looking for a wife, she's here. But but so last but not least, since we're running out of time and whatnot, since this is the English department that you have, the movies and everything. For what would you suggest the students of this department to better than English? Because English is it's beautiful, it's perfect. Right? So how would you suggest the students who are beginning the journey here to learn to improve their English or improve their speaking, listening, writing skills?
I think you need to have a really good communication skill, and you need to talk to people. Like even if you get stuck and try to, fix it, that's like one of the ways you can, like, improve your, you know, English speaking skill. For example, the way I'm talking to you, right, it's not entirely perfect, but it's kind of helping me develop my entire skill, right? So maybe in future I can talk more smoothly. Yeah, because 5 years like ago, when in 2019, when I was a fresher in this university, I couldn't really properly talk to the faculty in English. That not properly. I knew I was talking, but it wasn't like, yeah, exactly. I was stammering. I was like, okay, that's a nice way to put it. Okay, right. Yeah, so I think, in my opinion, since I'm a school teacher as well, so I have this conversation with teachers as well. Like, how did you improve your like English speaking skills? They were like, nothing much. We just talked. We just talked. We just started. You'd never know if you don't start. Yeah, so just start talking, start speaking. You'll get there. That's how it is. I might be wrong, but it's just my perspective.
And also to the viewers or the new students that are watching this, just go out there, talk to your friends. I know people will call it cringe because I have been through there where people are like, "You English কথা বলো তো cringe." People will call it that. I understand because friend name call color. But at the same time, overcoming that cringe phase is not gonna make you, much more fluent in English, right? You're gonna have to speak with everyone that you see, right? Just talk in English, right? It doesn't matter what you do, just talk, just listen, understand, do whatever you like, just be a part of the English, right? Do not, shift towards Bangla in the middle, right? So that's what's gonna, hinder your process. But anyways, so with that, thank you so much, Apple, for this.
Jyoti Apu, you owe me a treat.
But yeah, so thank you so much, Apple, for coming here today out of your busy schedule. You're a teacher now, so yeah, congratulations. And she's the princess, right? So yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, she's a singer, so why not flirt? But at the same time, thank you for coming today.
One of the reason why I portrayed him as a playboy in one of my videos.
Yeah, do not say that. Yeah, I am going through an identity crisis because of the videos that she makes. My parents are like, okay, তুই Shakespeare, তুই মেয়ে, তুই ছেলে, তুই playboy, তুই কি না? I'm like,
Also, I have this page, T for Banshees. You can search it up in Facebook and please follow it, okay, for more videos and all. Yeah. Yes.
so thank you so much, guys, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch us. And it's been busy. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, and bye bye.